चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लाङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। नमयों विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभ तीर्थगोस्वामिनामिने। कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं कलुषायुतसक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं। प्रणमामि च माधवदेवपदं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। So we are going through Srimad Bhagavatam, canto number 7, chapter number 1. Parikshit Maharaj had inquired Sukadev Goswami, the Lord is equidisposed to all. The Lord has no partiality. He is, all the living entities are dear to Him. He is residing in the heart of all. Why then is He taking the side of the demigods to fight against the demons? Why did He support, or why does He support the demigods always? Why is He biased towards them? Is the question. Parikshit Maharaj, when he inquired this, Sukadev Goswami explains that actually the Lord, of course there are some extension to these questions also that we read. The Supreme Lord is fully blissful, self-sufficient. By taking the side of the demigods, what is He expecting? Because He is self-sufficient, He should not be anticipating anything. So without anticipation, why is He taking the side of the demigods? Or is it that the Lord fears the demons, but the Lord is, nirguna, He is beyond the three modes of material nature. Therefore, it cannot be correct that he is fearing, because fear comes out of the influence of the material modes of nature. Then he also asks, you see, by such behavior of Supreme Lord Narayana, to shower mercy on someone, to be angry upon someone else, I am getting some doubts in my heart. So you please dispel all these doubts. Then Sukadeva Goswami says, at first I offer my obeisances to my Guru, Vedavyasa Muni, and I offer my obeisances to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, whose katha or whose narrations will, remove all kinds of fear, dangers, etc. of this material world, and that brings highest auspiciousness. Then he says, Supreme Lord Vishnu is transcendental, which means he is not influenced by the three modes of material nature. He has no birth, he has no object of attachment or detachment. In spite of that, through his own Swarupa Shakti, through his own potency, he seems to have Badhya Badakata, obligations and the responsibilities to perform. Even though one has to perform duty, one has to perform activities because he obliged to do so. He or she has obligations. I am a husband, I am obliged to take care of my wife. I am a wife, I am obliged to serve my husband, take care of the children. I am a son, I am obliged to serve my parents. I am a student, I have an obligation to hear to the teacher's instructions. So everyone in this material world is obliged to do something or other. Everyone has obligations or set of duties to perform. But what kind of duties the Lord is obliged to? He is Nirguna, he is transcendental, beyond the three modes of material nature. Therefore, he who has no birth, he who has nothing to ask for, he who has no object of attachment or detachment. You see, sometimes I am obliged because I am expecting something from others. Not that I really do oblige to him, but the thing is, for money, I need to oblige to what my boss orders. Not that I have any direct relationship with him or her, my boss, but I am seeking for some money for my livelihood. Therefore, I am obliged to, act as per my boss orders. So what kind of obligations the Lord has got? The Lord has nothing to expect out of anyone. He is not in scarcity. He has no birth in the first place. Then, in spite of that, why does the Lord have got these duties or performing these duties? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya. I am taking birth again and again to kill the miscreants. Why? Why is it required? If the Lord is all powerful, he doesn't have to come to this world. He could do it simply by his desire. But he is coming, he is performing various activities. He feels obliged to follow what demigods have prayed for. Demigods are praying, please protect us, please rescue us. These demons are, killing us. So, through his Swarupa Shakti, through his own internal potency, or you can say through his own potency, he seems to be accepting obligations, but he is not as such obliged. Okay. We'll continue from verse number 7 where we stopped. Sattvam rajastama iti prakritir natmano gunaha na tesham yuga pad rajan hrasa ullasa evava. हे राजन, सत्व रज और तमह ये तीनटी गुण प्रकृतिर किंतु परमात्मार नहीं. The three modes of material nature, that is goodness, passion and ignorance, these three are only in relation to matter, to this material world. They have no influence on Atma or Paramatma. Atma is transcendental. That which is within this material world is subject to three modes of material nature. But that which is beyond the material nature is not subject to that. Just like a person who is in the prison house, he is subject to punishment or whatever it is. But whoever is outside the prison house, he is not. Isn't it? A person visiting prison house, but he is not imprisoned. He is visiting a prison house to see some of his friends or relatives, or someone is imprisoned, to see, I am going, let's see. I am not bound by the rules of the prison, that as soon as I enter into the prison, first I need to get the stick of the police. First they will beat me, then they will let me inside. No, I am not obliged to be under the dictation of the police. But those who are inside the prison house, those who are imprisoned, they have to follow. In a similar manner, three modes of material nature, they are there in this material world, but they have no influence over Paramatma or Atma. Paramatma is transcendental. He is superior to this material world. यही सकल गुण एक ही समये ह्रास व वृद्धि प्राप्त होय ना. These three modes cannot simultaneously increase or decrease in any person in the material world. Means either Sattva-guna will be very prominent, Rajoguna will be very prominent, Tamoguna will be very prominent, or Sattva-guna will become very dull, Rajoguna will become dull. Simultaneously Sattva-guna is on the peak and it is dull. It will not happen. Either they are on the up or they are on the downfall. Do you understand? Any modes, whether it is Sattva, Raja, Tamoguna, nobody is in the peak of Sattva-guna and in the low of Sattva-guna. Either he is in the rising state or in the fallen state at one particular time, at any given time. Not like, of course we are passing through the waves of Sattva-guna. Sometimes we are influenced by good thoughts, sometimes we are influenced by bad thoughts, sometimes we are influenced by worst thoughts, sometimes we are influenced by the best thoughts. So Sattva-guna is waving, moving, or Rajoguna is also doing like that. But at the same given point in time, Sattva-guna is on high and low, not possible. Either it is high or low, that's all. So simultaneously, at a given instant, they are prominent. Sattva-guna is prominent, maybe Rajoguna little less, Tamoguna little more less, or Rajoguna more prominent, Sattva-guna, Tamoguna little less. At a given point in time, it may be like that, but at the same point, at any given point, none of them will be on the rise or the fall simultaneously. So Vishnachakrita Thakur writes in the commentary, Swarupata kintu Bhagavan sakaler prati sama bhavana panna iha bolete chen sattvam ityadi sattva rajatama ei गुणगुली प्रकृति रे किंतु आत्मार अर्थात भगवानेर नाहे. Now Sukadeva Goswami is telling that the Lord is equal to all. Why he is equal to all? Because this discrimination or being biased comes out of the modes of material nature, three modes of material nature. Sattva, Raja, Tamo Guna. But the Lord is not in the first place influenced by the modes of material nature. Atma or Paramatma is beyond three modes of material nature. Therefore, how can the Lord be biased to someone and not to others? It is not possible because there is no influence of the three modes on the Supreme Lord. Prakriti tahar shakti hoileu Shri Bhagavaner Swarup Bhuta Shakti nahe ei bhav. Even though the material nature has come out of Supreme Lord, it is not his own internal potency. Swarupa Bhuta means it is not his, it's not him. What it means is that even though the three modes of material nature have come from Supreme Lord, he is not influenced by it. He is just a cause of the three modes of material nature. But he is not affected by the three modes of material nature. Just like in this material world, if we become cause of something, if we do something, then we are immediately affected by that activity. For example, if I purchase a car, or if I create a car, let's say, no, forget about creating a car. I am these days, very commonly people are taking pictures, Facebook pictures and uploading on Facebook. I have created some content, whether it is katha, whether it is kirtan, or a show, or my picture, a selfie, my tour, whatever it is, I created a content. I am a creator or something. I created content and put it on Facebook. Now, after I have put it on the Facebook or WhatsApp or Instagram, whatever it is, whether I am influenced by it or not will be understood by how happy or unhappy we are feeling by seeing number of likes and subscriptions we are getting out of it. You understand? I have created some content and I am checking every 1 hour how many views, how many likes, how many love symbols, and how many subscriptions. Oh, very happy. I shall create more of content like this. No, I have no likes, no views. Very sad. Means we are immediately affected by it. But simply some content. Forget about so many other things that we are worrying about. That is such useless thing. I created something and I am waiting for people to give feedback to me and I am influenced by it. But the Supreme Lord has created the three modes of material nature, and how the three modes of material nature is influencing others, how it is doing, what it is doing, he is not affected by it the least. Therefore, even though the Lord has created the three modes of material nature, he is beyond the modes, which means he is impartial. This partiality comes out of modes of material nature. Why? Oh, if I take this person's side, then I will get some reward. Oh, if I take this person's side, then tomorrow he may become my enemy, therefore I shall not take his side. So all this is coming out of three modes of material nature. Lord is not influenced by it. Jayakale tu satyasya devarshin rajaso asuran tamaso yaksha rakshansi tat kalanu guno abhajat. Sattvagun स्वीय बुद्धि समये सत्वगुण विशिष्ट देवता और ऋषि दिक के भजना करे. So when Satvaguna becomes prominent, then due to the rays or due to the influence of Satvaguna, one will become specially inclined to perform divine activities, worshipping the gods, worshipping rishis, etc. This is an indication of the rise of Sattvaguna, or Sattvaguna is prominent in a person. रजोगुण स्वीय वृद्धिर समये रजोगुण विशिष्ट असुर दिक्के, and when rajoguna becomes very prominent, whether a person rajoguna is prominent or not can be seen by whom he is worshipping, what kind of intelligence he is getting. Those who are inclined to take the side of the demons understand that the rajoguna is on a rise, is becoming prominent. एवं तमोगुणವು स्वीय वृद्धिर समये तत्कालानुरूप होइया तमोगुणान्वित यक्ष राक्षस प्रभृति के भजना करिया थाके. And when the tamoguna raises, or during the time of the rise of tamoguna, one will worship the yakshas and the rakshasas, means the very insignificant beings that are in the tamoguna. Gods are in sattvaguna, the demons are in rajoguna, and the yakshas and the rakshasas, they are in the tamoguna. So a person in whom there is more sattvaguna, he is divine, he is a demigod. In demigods sattvaguna is very prominent. So actually they are all living entities, but they are classified as different devatas or asuras, etc., because of the prominence of the modes of material nature in them. Just try to understand where Sukadeva Goswami is arriving at. He is telling that he is not taking side of anyone for that matter, because he is beyond the three modes of material nature. And in fact, you are telling devata or demigod or demon, actually they are also beings, but in whom there is a rise or prominence of sattvaguna, prominence of rajoguna, prominence of tamoguna. That's all. But they are all at the end of the day living beings under the modes of material nature. अर्थात ताहादिगेर देहे प्रविष्ट होया ताहादिके वर्धित करे. So it's actually sattva-guna, rajoguna and tamoguna that are influencing these things, but the Lord has nothing to do here. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's purport will make it little more clear. अतएव सर्वत्र दृश्यमान भगवानेर जे वैषम्य उहा मायार गुण समूहेर वैषम्य वशतई होइया थाके. Because there is a biased nature of the three modes of material nature, it appears that the Lord is biased. The Lord is actually not biased. The Lord is unbiased or impartial. He doesn't show any favor to someone, but it is the influence of the modes. The mode Sattvaguna is favoring someone, he is a demigod. Rajoguna is favoring someone, he is a demon, etc. But it is not Lord. As such, the Lord is beyond the three modes. He just created, that's all. Now, mobile has been created. Okay. Whether mobile is influencing you or not has got nothing to do with the creator of the mobile. Mobile was created, has invented and put in the market. Now, if you are getting influenced by the mobile, you cannot say this person who has created the mobile is a foolish fellow. No, he is not. Of course, in the material world, it is, because any material creation is foolish. But for the sake of example, I am telling, in this material world, anything we do, whether it is invention of mobile or a laptop or this or that, I am not against technology advancement. Don't consider me wrong. Technology advancement is essential, but it should go hand in hand with spirituality. Simply advancement materially will lead us nowhere. We need to keep spirituality on the top, simultaneously working for technological advancement. But simply I will advance technologically, it is not right. So anyway, coming back to the example, some person has invented a laptop or a mobile or Facebook or whatever it is. Now after it has been created, whether I am getting influenced by it or not totally depends on me, not on the creator. He is not influencing me. Oh, I created Facebook, you use it. Of course, we are doing it in marketing. By marketing, we are influencing. But everyone is not getting influenced. Why? Because everyone is not in tamo guna or in the same guna. So, whatever biased nature that we see is not by the creator of the modes of nature, but it is by the nature of the material world only. Is it clear? আর ওই গুণ সকলের এক সঙ্গে হ্রাস বা বৃদ্ধি হয় না, কিন্তু ক্রমান্বয়ে হইয়া থাকে, এই বলিয়েছেন না তেষাম ইত্যাদি। And the modes of material nature or any mode, whether it is goodness, passion or ignorance, cannot simultaneously be on the high and the low. Whether it is on the high or on a low. Sometimes it is low, sometimes it is high, it is correct. But at a given point, now, at this moment, I cannot say my Sattva-guna is very prominent and Sattva-guna is very dull. No. It will be at given point, it cannot simultaneously up and down. But over a period of time, slowly, after 1 minute, 5 minutes, from my Sattva-guna I may come to Rajo-guna, then to Tamo-guna, then again Sattva-guna may come, then again Tamo-guna may come. So, but at the same time, given point, it's not possible to be on a high and a low. ह्रास बाध्यत्व हेतु एवं उल्लास अर्थात आधिक्य बाधकतार कारण. So the diminishing side or the enhancing side or the increasing side of the modes of material nature are obliging us or forcing us to perform certain activities. That's why you see, I met this fellow, he was not like this all these days, suddenly what happened to him? Sometimes we are thinking, right, this fellow was not like this, suddenly what happened to him? It is nothing has happened to him, it's just the nature of the mode that is acting upon him at that point in time. Probably after 2 days you see the same old person you have seen, but now he is under the influence of some modes of material nature. Therefore, that is obliging him to do so. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasaha. The 3 modes of material nature are making or forcing a living entity to perform a particular kind of an activity. Therefore, if you see, in an absolute sense, if you see, no person is good or bad. It is which mode of material nature influencing him that makes him good or bad. That's why the pure devotees, they don't see any living entity as good or bad. They see they are equal to everyone, just as Supreme Lord. But it is at that point they are behaving in a very ill manner because mode of ignorance is very prominent on them. They are obliged, they are forced to act in that way. So Sukadeva Goswami is explaining so nicely here. Parikshit Maharaj had a question, why the Lord is showing disparity among gods and demons? He is saying, no, God is not showing, it's actually modes of material nature that is showing, not gods, not Supreme Lord. सत्वादिर ह्रास व वृद्धि होइले देवता असुर और राक्षस दिगेर ह्रास व वृद्धिर द्वारा अनुमान करा जाए. Now how can one understand whether one is influenced by Sattva Guna, Rajoguna or Tamoguna? It's telling that in one, whether the divine qualities are increasing, understand that Sattva Guna is prominent. When the Rakshasa, when the demoniac qualities are increasing, understand that he is influenced by Rajoguna. And the Yakshas and the Bhutas, the very insignificant creatures, tamogonic, ignorant creatures, when that kind of what you call nature is seen, then understand that ignorance is acting upon him. So it is the same living entity that is subject to three different environments. You understand? The same living entity, it's the same subject, but the subject that is in three different influenced by three different states. It's like milk is there. I'm giving an example. If milk is, if we drink hot milk, okay, then it will increase acidity. It will increase the acidity. But hot milk is good for digestion and bowel movement. Same milk, if it is taken cold, when cold milk is taken, the acidity in the body will be nullified. Okay. Now, milk is the same object. It depends on the subject's problem or the consumer's problem. If I have an acidic problem, better I don't take acidity problem, then better I don't take hot milk. I take cold milk. If I have indigestion problem with bowel movement, it's better I don't take cold milk. If I have mucus problem, it's better I don't take cold milk, I take hot milk. Now, milk as such is influencing the person according to one's own nature. So, in a similar manner, it is the same living entity, demon or demigod, as per the influence of the three modes of nature. Are you understanding? Is it clear? गुण सकल स्वाभाविक बड़ जड़ बोलिया ताहादेर ह्रास व आधिक्यऊ अकिंचित करो এই জন্য সেই গুণ সকলে তাহাদের अधिष्ठात्र रूपे भगवानेर प्रवेश बोलितेছেন जयकाले इत्यादि. Now, these three modes are by nature material. They are material. Therefore, their enhancement or their diminishing in any living entity is also insignificant. Why insignificant? Because it is by nature material. A living entity is not material. So, by nature, because they are material, the influence of these three modes of material nature is called very, very insignificant. And সেই গুণ সকলে তাহাদের अधिष्ठात्र रूपे भगवानेर प्रवेश बोलितेছেন जयकाले इत्यादि. सत्वगुणेर जयकाले अर्थात वृद्धि समये देवता ओ ऋषिगण के भजना करें. Then how can we see? How can we understand? We can understand if Sattva-guna has become predominant, then one will be worshipping the demigods and the rishis. तत्काले सत्वगुण जे रूप अधिक হয় तद्रूप ताहाते अधिष्ठानऊ ताहार अधिक হয়. So whatever mode is more in a person, that kind of nature will become more prominent. अर्थात তিনি तत् देहे प्रविष्ट হইয়া তাহাদের बल वृद्धि करिया असुर और राक्षसदिगके बाधा प्रदान करें. That sattva guna becomes prominent in a person, and that sattva guna will fight against the rajoguna and tamoguna. That is the demons and the yakshas, rakshasas, etc. Just like when good thoughts are prevailing in the mind, the desire to perform bhajan, some good thoughts are prevailing, then at that time sometimes bad thoughts also come. Then because our Sattva-guna is more predominant, we can very easily defeat the negative thoughts coming to us. Do you understand what I am saying? Sometimes when Sattva-guna is very prominent, we have the desire to perform bhajan. But because, in between, some bad thoughts also, or, oh, let me do this, oh, I have to watch this, I have to do that. But because the Sattva-guna is more prominent, it is able to defeat the little rays of the Tamo-guna and Rajo-guna also. In a similar manner, the Devatas in whom Sattva-guna is more prominent, they are able to fight against or defeat the Rajoguna and Tamoguna, the demons and the Yakshas and Rakshasas. So what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, or in another word Sukadeva Goswami, is trying to tell is that the one mode that becomes more prominent will become stronger than the other modes, and there is this, victory or loss. Demons are losing when Sattva-guna is on rise. The demigods will lose if Rajoguna is on rise. Sometimes demigods also lost the battle, not sometimes, many times. At that time, Rajoguna is more prominent. यही प्रकार रजोगुणेर जय काले असुर दिक्के एवं तमोगुणेर जय काले यक्ष राक्षस गण के समृद्धि करें. In a similar manner, when there is a rise of Rajoguna, then you will see demoniac rule. Hiranyakashipu ruled for so many years, isn't it? He ruled for so many years. Means Sattva-guna was under the influence of Rajoguna at that time. Kansa also ruled for so many years. All the Sattva-guna they became victorious over the Rishis and Munis. They were put in the prisons. Rishis and Munis, those are worshipping Narayana, Vishnu, Krishna, they were all put in the prison behind the bars. Because at that time Rajoguna became more strong. Tatkala sei kaler anuguna bolite anurup hoiya yaksha rakshasa prabhriti ke avlamban koren. Ekhane gunadhikker karanau kaloi kintu tini nahen. So, what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling is, at the times when goodness is prevailing, then demigods become victorious. At the times when badness or passion is prevailing, demigods will become victorious over demigods. So, what is influencing is time. It is a matter of time, we say, right? In India, very recently I am seeing that apna time aayega. Everyone on the T-shirt there is written apna time aayega. My time will come. They write, I don't know. I think it's a movie song or something like that. I don't know. Huh? No, I don't know. Apna time aayega. My time will come. So, yes. So in English also they are saying every dog has its day. They say in English also every dog has its day. So the thing is, it's basically the time. If the time is influencing mode of passion, that's why whenever we travel also we see time. Is the time good for travel or not? If the time is not good and if we are traveling, then whatever success we are wanting to achieve by going there may not be possible. Any activity we do, we see time. Marriage ceremony, this day, this time, on this tithi. Why time? Because we see that it is Deva Muhurta or it is divine. The time is in the mode of goodness. Goodness will prevail at that time or not, is what is seen before performing an activity. So it is being told that the influence of a particular mode on a rise or fall is also due to the time, but not God. God is not showing any inequality to anyone. It is by the influence of time it is happening. Okay, we will stop here. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गांधर्विका गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। परमाराधितम पतित पावन अष्टोत्र शत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद परमहंस अष्टोत्र शत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति दयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरुवर्ग की जय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय। श्री कृष्ण द्वैपायन वेदव्यास महामुनि की जय। जय श्री सुखदेव गोस्वामी एवं परीक्षित महाराज की जय। श्रीमद् भागवत श्रवणकारी भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।